Hey, you. Yes, you. Eating healthy really does not have to be bad. It can actually really be really delicious.
Now, I'm not the first person who has ever said this, of course, but so many of us still operate out of the belief that that's not true. Like, we just still feel like, oh, I can't eat healthy for too long because it gets boring, or I end up wanting to eat the stuff that I really want to eat, which, of course, is the unhealthy stuff. Meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out how did it become that eating healthy means that you're going to be unhappy with what you're eating 99% of the time. On the menu for this week is breakfast burritos, shredded beef nachos, and tacos with pickled red onions. Push this down. And starting now, I'm about to give y'all these 5 principles that's going to make healthy eating that tastes good, easy, and how you can keep it up for long enough for it to actually make a difference. Because again, a lot of y'all still don't be believing it, thinking that, the food going to get nasty at some point. But it doesn't have to. So just, let me enlighten you. Tip number 1 is that it's not what you're making, but what you're using. And so basically, I'm getting at using healthy ingredients here with this point. A lot of times, we can make a lot of the same meals, guys, just with healthier options. For example, subbing regular butter for grass-fed butter, or regular like oil for avocado or olive oil, and inorganic veggies, which oftentimes have pesticides and a whole host of other things, with organic ones. So all that to say, a lot of times, guys, it's not even a matter of coming up with new meals. Some of that is, of course, but you can eat a lot healthier. You would be surprised how far, choosing better quality ingredients goes. Now, don't drive yourself crazy, if you can't find one of the, ingredients that you need for like your meal organic, or don't go broke. But of course, if you care about your body and are serious about feeling better, this is one way that you can really prioritize and budget. I know we all hate that word, but budget to buy the ingredients that are going to treat our body nicely. Tip number 2, guys, is to get creative, and that is to try, new ingredients, new cuisines, flavors, and spices. Now, if you aren't too keen on where to start, because I know this can be scary, spices is a really easy way to change up flavors without spending money per se on trying like a new cut of meat for a different or a new recipe. Or, it's easier than learning like multiple new techniques to cook something new. For example, you can make something like Alfredo as normal, but this time try chickpea noodles instead of regular noodles. Now, not only is it more healthy, but now you have something to give it a new flavor. You can also grill, for example, salmon, but with different herbs. Or I said grill because I like to grill my salmon. But you could just make something like salmon because I know that's a common healthy food. But this time, try it with different herbs like dill or even mint instead of just your traditional, garlic and butter. Or you could cook with scallops instead of shrimp. Like, y'all, the possibilities with food are really just endless for real. Well, an example is with this meal right here that I'm making. I made shredded beef nachos, but with a lot of stuff that I wouldn't normally cook with, like poblano peppers and coriander seeds and, green chiles and just a lot of different flavors, guys. That just makes it absolutely delicious. And so there's so much out there, y'all. You just got to get a little creative. Pro tip also to meal prepping and making things easier is to choose a whole like cuisine for the week. So if you'll notice, this week we ate pretty much Mexican food, but we can use the same ingredients to make a variety of different meals. So I make shredded beef, and you can make a quesadilla, you can have a taco, you can have nachos. I buy sour cream and all these different toppings at a time, and so it just works out to where we can have different meals without making and using a whole set of different ingredients. Keeping things easy. Tip number 3, guys, is that it's just all too much. Listen, we all saw the supersize, documentary from McDonald's or about McDonald's growing up. And I feel like we all know at this point, we might avoid it, but we all know that we eat more, most likely in America. Most of us, we eat more than we really should. And so, guys, a big part of eating healthy isn't just eating the right things, but how much you eat. Like, we can't avoid it. Our bodies just don't need a certain amount of food. And so, guys, like, look up, some people can, look up the proportion size that they need for their body type and, height and weight and all that stuff. I just say, listen to your body. I watched a documentary. It's popular on Netflix. It's called Live to 100. It's about the blue zones where people live, super, super long time. And guys, there are some cultures where people like actually teach you to stop eating once you're like 80% full, and that's like a big thing. And that's the opposite of what we say in America, right? Because everything is about, making ourselves happy and consuming, consuming, consuming. But that's not good. Principle number 4, guys, is to use the shortcuts. Listen, as long as they're healthy ones, there's no shame in buying freezer meals. I shop at Whole Foods, like I think I might have mentioned before on my channel, but places like Whole Foods and Thrive Market and Trader Joe's have plenty Listen, plenty of organic freezer meals or pre-made packaged foods, ones like these. As you can see, I cut to a different clip just so I can show y'all some things I keep on hand. But, pre-made smoothies and shakes and, freezer meals, all of these things are well within your rights to use. You know what I'm saying? I think we associate freezer meals and kind of pre-made things with being unhealthy. That's why I say that. But that's just not the case, at least not anymore. I had to pause here to say this, but if you made it to this point in the video, please go ahead and subscribe. I shared this in my last video, but y'all, 97% of y'all don't be subscribed. Saw that on my analytics that 97% of, the people who watch my videos don't be subscribed. So if you made it to this point in the video, I would love it if you went ahead and clicked that subscribe button along with leaving a like. Thank you very much. And with that, my online friends, we have made it to point number 5, and that is to explore and expand your horizons. Now, listen, this is similar to getting creative, but a little bit more expansive. I wanted to just mention this in a broad, sense that I feel like when people say that they're bored, I'm like, of course you're bored with eating healthy because you only have a framework of eating the same 5 things and using the same 5 seasonings. LOL, not coming for anybody, but low-key am. Y'all put the Lowry's and the various seasoning salts down, okay? Make your own mix of seasonings. It's way better that way anyway, because then you get to adjust each ingredient, goodness, to your own liking. If you like more garlic flavor in your seasoning, then you can add that. If you like less salt and more peppery flavor, you can add that too. It's just all around better for that. And I'm not saying that it's bad to use those, of course. I'm just speaking to the people who mostly only use those things and who want to branch out, who want to eat healthy, who obviously care to, change the way that they're eating for the better. One thing that I have been loving, I feel like in this season of my life, or just as I've continued to grow, is cumin, you guys. Like that spice has become one of my favorite spices ever. And it's becoming like my garlic salt or my garlic powder. You know what I'm saying? Like something that I'm regularly pulling from. No, it's not just because of our trip to Mexico. Or maybe it is. Anyway, there is so much to be discovered and enjoyed, you guys. Try purple sweet potatoes next time instead of orange, or try pickled and fermented foods to add new flavor and another healthy element to dishes. Again, the possibilities are endless. Plus, most spices are actually really healthy. So you're not doing yourself any favors by just using salt and pepper. For all my people who just use salt and pepper. You know who you are. If you want more ideas and more specific recipes that won't be trash, because everybody who knows me, and if you're getting to know me, then one thing that is that I love to eat, and I'm not going to eat, no bad food. Leave a comment down below and subscribe and like this video, guys, because it really, really helps when you do that stuff. So thanks so much for watching. I can't wait to share more with y'all. If you're looking for another video to watch about more recipes and stuff in the meantime, you can watch this one that's about to pop up on your screen. This was delicious on this night, also throughout the rest of the week, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I gave you some ideas. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in my next one. Happy eating.